Alright, so here we are in the World Gym posing room. Now, I'm confident I can beat Sam in an arm wrestle, but I'm not certain I can beat him in a poser.
Ready to go!
Alright, we're here at the World Gym Ipswich. We're going to do a session today. I got Sam, this guy, the man of the moment, Armfights Unleashed superstar. This guy just rocks up in the sport a year and a half ago and he's demolishing people. So anyway, we're going to go and train and I'm going to show Sam how I train in the gym today. So hopefully we get something good out of it.
Awesome.
So one thing that you're going to find is that I got a lot of different attachments in my bag. When I go to the gym, which pocket's this in? There we go. Got my band that I'll do my warm-up with. Wrist ball, I had this for a few months, but it goes pretty well. We'll do some of that. This is probably one of the main attractions here. Not sure exactly on the diameter, but it's a ball bearing rolling handle, so this thing is instrumental when it comes to the cupping. This thing here, a lot of people have a karate belt. I like this a little more. It's a soft handle. Use this a lot. Again, same sort of thing. This is instead of a karate belt. But anyway, the attachments form a massive part of what we're about to do. So every arm wrestler's gym bag has a whole heap of random stuff in it, so you're gonna need to get a whole heap of stuff if you want to train like an arm wrestler. Let's go find ourselves a cable pull down. So we're gonna go through fundamentals today of arm wrestling. Fundamentals being cupping, the ability to keep this angle tight, so a lot of brachialis work, side pressure, and then also through your lats, down pressure. So naturally, you can if you can bring an arm wrestle in, tight, across, and back, that right there, you've totally opened up your opponent. So those fundamentals of cupping, closing your elbow, side pressure, and lats is basically what we're going to train today, which is kind of a bit broad. Like you can bring each one of these down into, you can spend a whole session doing just one of these and working all the different angles, but we're going to go broad today so we get a full coverage. So generally, what I like to do as well, in terms of which order I do this in, if I'm going to do a fundamentals work down, I work kind of from the back all the way down to the hand. So I'm going to start with just the biggest movement, the biggest compound movement, which will be kind of the back pressure. So we're going to go with a high attachment. Have a warm up. Same thing is we just literally.
Alright.
Yeah. So get supinated. So it's more. Less bicep and more just lats. And try to get your posture a bit side on, so you're actually into your rib cage a bit, like you're in an arm wrestle. Yeah. That's it. So with just isolated down pressure, you could, like, this is a double pulley, so it's half the weight. So you could do this whole stack and work with like and aim to just move it a little bit, and then I like to pyramid down as well. So Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah, it starts to lift you up a little bit, but just try to make it about your lats. That's it. Try to keep your body stable. We're just working on that down pressure, back pressure.
I don't think I can do it.
I'll lighten it up if you have to, if it's moving you off the ground, if you're not heavy enough. In terms of reps and sets and all that sort of stuff, Giannis has tried to get me to be more measured and actually understand what's going on in terms of numbers, but I'm not recording today, so sorry Giannis if you're watching. I usually, by default, I just work hard. I just like to work hard in the gym until I really gas myself out on something. Yeah. And the numbers get heavy, I just don't measure them. So try to get as much as you can in an arm wrestling posture. Imagine you're at the table in a hook and you're trying to bring that opponent closer to you.
Is that better?
Yeah. What we've done so far was largely dynamic movement, meaning that you're starting from quite open and you're bringing it in. But arm wrestling is a very static sport, obviously, so a lot of what we do doesn't allow the opportunity for dynamic movement. So when I'm doing this back pressure, sometimes I'll just get super tight and just use my body to move it and just stay where I am and not open up. So I need to go a little bit heavier. So you get fully tight, as though you're in the deepest hook possible, and then just use your body. That feels different on your connective tissue than the dynamic. Anyway, have a go. So get into the full position supinate, and just keep your elbow there, move your body. So just like this, move back and forth with your legs. Nothing moves in your arm at all. So stay there with your body, like that. Yeah, that's it. And now just with your legs, move. Yeah. That's it, that's it. Nice. So that recreates an arm wrestle really well. That's what it feels like off the go a lot of the time. So some of the time, what I like to do as well is to pyramid down on the back pressure. So after I've done my heavy work, I like to just go back to dynamic, do 10 reps. For the first one, I'll probably have to do more than 10 just until the lactic acid is there. As soon as the lactic acid arrives, the pain begins. And just drop a plate and keep going. Alright, so now that the fundamental back pressure is done, we're going to go to another fundamental, which is side pressure. You can use the rolling handle, or you can use this attachment here. I'm going to stay with this attachment. I'm going to hit the rolling handle later on by itself, but when you talk about side pressure, there's largely side pressure as a top roller and side pressure as a hooker as well. So I like to train both, even though I probably class myself as a top roller. I would say that I'm equally as much a hooker. So for me, this sort of height here, now side pressure is still in front of you. It's just bringing your hand to your other side of your shoulder. So bringing it in like that. So if I'm going to do a top roll version of it, just put my wrist through, grab that there. That's pretty much it for the top roll and the hook version of it. Low attachment. So this time I've got the supinated version. So the strap around my thumb. There. It's a lot harder with a supinated grip just because supination is not a particularly active movement compared to pronation, but that's pretty much the two, hooking and top rolling. And the same thing I do as we do with the down pressure, basically just work through that. I start with a reasonably heavy weight, work through that till failure, and then go to a medium weight for reps, and then happy days. So it doesn't need to be so up, it can just be straight across, down low. Like aim to even touch here. Just.
I think I like that.
And I mean, you can just take the supination out of it and just put it in your hand. That's it. So that's hooking side pressure right there. Try to posture more like a hooker, like bend your knees as though you're at the table, leaning back a bit. That's it. There we go. Now you look like a hooker. And touch, pulling down to the, yeah, there we go. Top roll side pressure.
Oh, it burns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it in my shoulder as well.
A lot of, you're just saying you're feeling it in your shoulder. Yeah. A lot of side pressure is shoulder intensity. So a lot of people just think that this is side pressure. It's not the case. It's very much about your shoulder. So.
That's it, right, come on.
It's hard work. So again, this is the dynamic version of it. I do a couple of sets dynamic, then we do a couple of sets static as well. So what we're gonna do now, same thing, side pressure training, but instead of the dynamic version of it, we're gonna do the static version of it. So come around this side for me. So the static version of it, I actually get my body side on. So rather than being over here and bringing it over there, I get to basically a start position in an arm wrestle and just drive. Go a little heavier. So again, this is the top roll version of it. My hand is slightly pronated. I lock in. And the hook version of it. Same thing. Just get a start position as though you're about to be in a hook. And just drive. Turning at your hips more than anything. Wicked. Alright, so foundation down pressure done, side pressure done. Okay, we've been working this next one already, but we're going to specifically target now just this ability here to stay tight at the. A lot of people think this is mostly bicep. I believe it's actually mostly brachialis driven. Bicep does a lot of supination, but so we're going to bring this down to about the same height as our shoulder. Again, using this, so all I'm going to do in this one is, this is like a Travis Bajan style exercise. He does this with bands. You can definitely do it with bands, but I like to do it on the cable machine. What we're going to do is we're going to separate our tricep. We're going to hold onto the cable and just walk back. And the dynamic version of it is going to be to basically go from here to here, this short movement, and the static version of it is just going to be to hold and move your body back and forth. So. Interesting point as well. A lot of people, myself included, used to hold the straps like this. Okay, I was actually talking with Lachlan Adair a few weeks ago, and we were gripping up and we were analysing the biomechanics of gripping up, and no one ever threatens, when you're in arm wrestle, there's never pressure there. The pressure is always along this system of the actual hand, the metacarpals, whatever they are. So, like that, not like that. Okay, for me, right there, that simulates best where the pressure of your opponent's hand is on yours. So, right there.
It's hard to keep my elbow out like that.
Yeah, the discipline of keeping your elbow up will give you more access to side pressure in a match. When you're down here and you get your elbow tucked into your ribs, not a lot of side pressure. When your arm is, when you're on your tricep side and you're leaning forward, heaps of side pressure. So try to lean forward at the same time. So literally have your body leaning forward. Even you're gonna be weak. You're gonna be weak at doing it, but body leaning forward.
Like that?
Yeah, tricep up, body leaning forward. That's it. That's it.
That's definitely harder.
Because it becomes so much harder when you're leaning forward. But if you can get strong whilst leaning forward, your side pressure will go through the roof. So yeah, just explaining that leaning forward thing. And this was again another lesson from Travis Bajan that he shared with me. And at the table, most people lean back. When you're leaning back, trying to top roll, you're losing some of your potential side pressure. When you're leaning forward, yet you still got good back pressure, your side pressure is so much bigger. You've got access to commit with your body. So Travis likes to train body leaning forward, tricep up, and like this. So it means that the weights you're moving are going to be way less. You could lean back and do this all day with a lot heavier weight, but this, if you come to a table like that and you've got sufficient back pressure right here, you're going to be monstrous when the ready go happens. So let's show you the static version of it as well. Static version, I'm going to ramp up the weight a bit. Same principle of leaning forward, but this time I like to touch my opposite shoulder with my thumb, tricep up, and just walk backwards. Just get off the ground. Again, doing the best you can to lean forward. It gets harder and harder, but so last foundation is just the wrist. Obviously, we all know how important cupping is in an arm wrestle, so you know, isolate that. Like by this stage in the workout, your shoulders are burning, your bicep is on fire. So we're not gonna work all of that as well. So just come to the rolling handle, and I'm literally just gonna be cupping alone. A little bit of lats involved, but the weight's light enough that it's not gonna really matter. So the key for cupping on a spinning handle, okay, we want to recreate the hand position in a match. Now the hand position in a match is right here. All ready goes, we're gonna start with a straight wrist. We can't start already bent. We're gonna start with a straight wrist, and we want a strong tabletop there. So you can cap your thumb, or you can leave it uncapped. Whatever is what you do in an arm wrestle. I cap my thumb, so I like to cap my thumb in training as well. And just, can I come around this side?
On the other side?
Yeah. So yeah, I will just get my thumb capped over the top, and then get it under tension, and just work the wrist. Setting that hook, setting that control, getting that wrist bent. Fingers are such an important thing. Like, I think everyone thinks that just cupping is a wrist thing, but so much is what you can do right there. Like, to me, having superior that over your opponent, and it probably wins every match. If you have superior that, you probably win at the end of the day. So there we go. So when you start, wrist straight, and now get it under tension, and now just bend your wrist. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Better. That's cupping training now. That's going to translate to strong cupping on the table.
My wrist feels weak, eh, doing that?
Yeah. When you develop these strong fingers, these fingers are the first thing that gives you control in a match. If you grip your opponent low and you have strong fingers and they're a top roller, they're going to be terrified. They're no longer going to feel confident top rolling, because they're going to feel these unbreakable fingers, and they're going to then come into a hook. You can feel them coming into a hook then, and you can roll them easily because you knew it was coming. And likewise, if you're up against the hooker and they're trying to carve in on you, strong fingers means that you can back out the door and block their hook while still being able to control their option to go back to a top roll. So strong fingers are a big key to controlling a match. Alright Sam, we're going to test for you to see how hard you work your hands today. Come over here and grab this. Just a 20. Stand it up in your fingers. Yeah. And keep it balanced as well. This always crucifies me right at the end of a session. Keep it balanced. Oh, your hand is gassed. I love it.
Feeling my form as well.
Yeah. This for me is normally a bit of fun that I have at the end of a session. It's not only challenging for the fingers, but keeping it balanced when your hand is fatigued becomes near impossible. Let's go forward.
Does that mean that your first fingers are just so tight that then that's why?
Yeah, well, for me, my index finger failed on me then.
Yeah, I felt like all my fingers were failing, but.
All right, forearm pose down here.
So how do you?
Oh, no, give you a best shot. Do we doing this in a video form? Oh no. Alright, let's take a photo. Alrighty, we have just finished our session here. What did you switch? What did you think, Sam?
It was awesome.
Good?
I really enjoyed it. It was an arm workout. My arms
how's your left arm feeling?
Yeah, it's feeling pretty good.
We didn't do any left arm.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that I barely train left arm, but anyway. But
Yeah.
the main thing I get from that, like that was a foundation workout. Don't forget that you can isolate any one of those foundations and spend an entire gym session doing that just by changing the handle from one to another different type of attachment, changing the position, being square on, being side on. You can do an entire down pressure session or side pressure or rising pressure, like but
Yeah, the movements that we did today was very arm wrestling based, of course.
Yep.
You know, but it felt like I was arm wrestling when we were doing those side pressure movements. I
Yep.
felt I was actually in a match.
with Alfred again.
Yeah,
You were
but
there
that was-
again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And,
What was
my
your?
arms killing.
Where are you at? I want to know, where is Sam Burnett? Burnett. I can't even. How do I say your name?
Burnett.
Burnett. When I'm commentating, I noticed that it
Yes,
swaps
yes,
from
yes.
Barnett.
Yeah. That's
I'll get it
Burnett.
eventually. I apologize, but
No, you're right.
where is Sam Burnett at in terms of progression? Armfights Unleashed. What do you want? Where are you going?
I don't know. I'm keen for Arnold's Classic.
Yep. Test yourself out down there.
Yeah, I got my name on Tim Gatsby now.
Yeah,
He's
nice.
the next one online.
Yep.
He's won a few tournaments and he's pretty big in the arm wrestling world, and
Yep.
I'd like to verse him next and then go back to
Nice.
Mickey.
Tim, yeah, so
eventually.
I was gonna ask about Mickey, because Mickey, your debut, or wasn't your debut. Rudy Mineur was your debut in Armfights Unleashed, which you won. But
And then
you
Mickey,
then
yeah.
stepped up, took on Mickey, and Mickey got you 5-1. But what you've done since then, beating Alfred, something Mickey struggled to do,
Yep.
and you've just done it. But Mickey equally on fire, beating Zurab. It honestly feels like currently like that you and Mickey are in a race to be the first person to have a crack at Jordan Davis, because
Yep.
let's call it how it is. Jordan Davis is the best under 80 kilos
he is.
in the Southern Hemisphere, particularly in the Armfights Unleashed series anyway, and he's sitting pretty up there at the moment, but I feel like you and Mickey are quickly emerging as the two that are hot on the heels of Jordan Davis.
Yeah, I reckon Jordan Davis is in the far future with me. I don't think I'll be able to catch up with him anytime soon, because his experience and what he knows is so far.
He's 4 years into the sport.
It's far superior than my knowledge of the sport. Same with Mickey. So I have little goals, like I'm chasing Tim Gatsby now,
Yeah.
then Mickey, and then I might look at Jordan Davies in the future.
Yeah,
Not anytime soon.
maybe a year or two from now, have Jordan on the list somewhere.
Yeah, maybe.
It's good to have a list, but either way, you're doing well, man. So you keep doing what you're doing, and I think we'll. Actually, I have to tell you this is a true story. I'll put the screenshot up right now in this video. So let's see the screenshot somewhere just here between us. Alan Fisher messaged me after watching the match with you and Alfred and said, "I'd love to have a match with either of these two."
Oh, really?
Yeah. Alan
Wow.
Fisher, and I'm like, oh, Alan
Wow.
Fisher's pretty badass dude. But,
He is. Well, that's awesome.
the fact that you caught the attention of an all-time legend, 26, 28, I don't know how many time world champion.
Yeah,
a lot.
he's an awesome arm wrestler. I watched a few of his videos.
So the fact that Alan Fisher noticed you and Alfred and actually said, "I'd like a match," like he didn't say, "Oh yeah, I'd have a match." He said, "I'd like a match with either one of those two."
Wow.
So
Yeah, I'd love to grip up with him one day and meet the champ himself.
yeah, well, the word on the street is he'll be out in Australia before 2019's finished. So
Wow.
so you might get that chance if you're lucky.
Hopefully, that'll be awesome.
6 rounds with Alan Fisher.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
There
All
we
right,
go.
guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got something out of this training session. Keep an eye on this guy. Follow him on Instagram and all that sort of stuff, because he's going to make some big waves in the Armfights Unleashed series. And yeah, it's going to be good. All right. See ya.
See you guys.